Hey, guitar heroes, do you want to make your guitar sing and add soul to every note with just a simple technique? You are absolutely capable of doing this. And today I'm going to show you how to do vibrato for beginners. So let's dive in and make your playing shine. Welcome back to Simple Guitar. My name is Brad, and today we are unlocking the magic of vibrato. Now, this is something that you can do even if you're just starting out, you're just trying to build your skills. Vibrato is magical, and even if you're starting out and you're terrible at it, this is something totally worth doing and sucking at it just to get started. So whether you like it or not, you got to do this, and you've got what it takes to get really good at this. So we're going to cover what vibrato is and how to play it, how to practice it like a pro, and how to start throwing it in to your playing, whether you're like improvising or you're playing a solo or something like that. So first of all, what is vibrato? Vibrato is that awesome wavy sound that you hear when your favorite guitar player is playing and they hit a note and then it gets all wavy and it sounds like a singer just belting out an awesome note. So for example, I'm just going to take the 12th fret on my 3rd string, and I have distortion turned on to just make it sustain a little bit better. You can do this on clean. You can do this with an acoustic guitar. You don't have to be on a distorted electric guitar for this, okay? But that's just what I'm using today. Now, let me first tell you, since it is that wavy sound, there's a few different ways that you can do it. The way that I used to do it when I was, first teaching myself and playing all on my own for a long time is also the same way that like George Harrison from the Beatles typically does did his vibrato. And it's the classical technique, which is like what you see a violin player when they do violin, and they add vibrato. And that is when you shake your hand from side to side like this. Now you can hear a little bit of vibrato there, but it's very kind of weak sounding. And when we have frets on our guitar, it doesn't sound great. It is still usable depending on the context of what song you're playing. If you're playing something slow and acoustic and you just need a little bit, that can be just fine. But what I'm going to show you today is going to be more dramatic and a lot more common along popular rock, popular alternative indie, stuff like that, okay? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to just bend a note and release it. So we're going to bend the string back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So by taking the 12th fret on your 3rd string, what I want you to do is you're going to bend the note up and then release it back down to that original note. That's it, right? Now you could bend the note by either pushing the string up to the ceiling and then letting it fall down, or you pull the string down to the floor. Either way works, and then you let it come back, right? One of those ways is likely to be easier for you than the other. That's okay. For me, I have an easier time pulling my string down to the ground and releasing it, but you can learn how to push it up and release it too. Either way works just fine, and there's no right or wrong way. You actually need to do both, because if you're doing vibrato on your 1st string and you like to pull down like I do, you're just going to pull your string right off the fretboard, right? So you have to be able to push it up. And if you're doing vibrato on your 6th string, you're going to have to pull it down, because if you push up, again, you just go right off the fretboard, right? So you have to pull down, right? So you're going to need to do both of those, okay? So take just that 12th fret on your 3rd string, and we're going to bend up a half step so it sounds like your 13th fret there. So we're starting on 12. We want it to sound like 13. Now, the most important part of your body when it comes to doing vibrato is not your hand, it's your ears. So you're going to have to train your ears. So I'm going to bend that note and then release it. Bend it up again, and we're going to do this nice and slow. Right? You just get used to that motion. Now, you'll notice I have my thumb wrapped around here, and I've got my whole hand on the back of the neck like this. This is totally good for this, because I want that leverage so that I can take my wrist like this and twist it, and I can press against the neck with this whole part of my hand, and that gives me the leverage that I need to get the vibrato. Okay. So you don't have to have your thumb on the back of the neck and then just do it with your finger like that. That's harder to control and less stable of a position. So if you wrap your thumb around like this, you're going to pivot from here and create that kind of motion. And that's going to make your vibrato a lot more stable. Now, how the heck are you going to practice this? We're going to pull out a metronome. So check this out. Just on my phone, I have this app. I just searched up metronome. This is Pro Metronome. If you can see that, this is what it looks like. I know this is available on iPhone, Android, not sponsored. It's just what I actually use. And you're going to set this to 40 beats per minute. And then I'm going to hit go on it. That's really slow, right? 2, 3. And what we're going to do is with the metronome going, I'm going to bend the vibrato really slowly. And when the metronome clicks, I'm going to be at the top of my bend. And then release it. And then up again by the time the next click happens. So I'm going to go up, down, up, down, up, down. But it's going to be really slow. And it'll be like this. 2, 3, go. So I'm just hitting the string. Whenever that note starts to die down a little bit, I hit the string again, and I'm trying to do more of an eighth note rhythm of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and with my beat being the top of that bend, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and with the metronome. Okay, now we're training the fundamental motion that you need to do this. Okay, so spend some time and do just that at 40 beats per minute. Then we're going to up it to 60 beats per minute. Okay, and this is going to be a little faster. Same idea. You're hitting the top of the bend for your vibrato on the beat, releasing on the offbeat, and you're trying to keep this nice and smooth sounding. We don't want this jagged up, down, up, down. We want nice and smooth, wavy sound, okay? And that'll sound like this. 2, 3, and go, and then you just hit the string whenever your note starts to die down. And that's 60 beats per minute. Now, we're going to up it again. We're going to go all the way up to 90 beats per minute. And at 90 beats per minute is going to be a little bit faster. Oh, one other thing that I got to mention. You can practice this with all 4 of your fingers. And like I already said, practice pushing up to the ceiling and pulling down to the floor. Okay. Now on your 3rd and 4th string, it's not really going to matter which one you do, but you do want to be able to push and pull for your vibrato. Okay. So for now, just pick one, whichever one's easier, and do it. And then when you're feeling pretty good, start training the other way. Okay. So same note, 12th fret on your 3rd string, 90 beats per minute. 2, 3, go. And right? So that's 90 beats per minute. We're getting faster and faster and faster. Now let's go up to 120. At 120 beats per minute. Right? A lot faster, and it's starting to sound a lot more like actual vibrato. We could keep going with that, but that is what I have found is going to train your... We could go faster, but the point is that 40, 60, 90, and 120 beats per minute, you're training the fundamental motions that you need to be able to do vibrato well. So grab yourself a timer, set it for 1 minute, turn your metronome on, and just do one of those speeds for 1 minute at a time, right? If you do that, you're going to get this down in no time. And pretty soon you're going to be like, holy crap, I can do vibrato, right? If this feels tricky at first, don't worry about it. Just keep doing it. And remember that every time that you're wiggling that string, you're bending that string, you're getting closer to getting this down and starting to sound like a pro whenever you use it. All right, so now let's add some vibrato to a guitar lick, okay? So what I'm going to do, I am just going to pick a simple scale, one of my favorite scales. I call it the Instant Rockstar scale. I have a whole course on it. It's a pentatonic scale. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 5 with my first finger on the 5th string. And then I'm going to play the 7th fret with my 3rd finger. And I'm going to slide up to my 9th fret. And then I'm going to hit 7 on the 4th string with my 1st finger. And then I'm going to hit 9 with my 3rd finger. And that is the note I'm going to add vibrato to. Okay, so I'm going to just go. And I'm just practicing just that. Okay, so you're just going to have like. So I'm just hitting a D chord. And you just want to get used to playing a few notes and then adding that in. You don't have to do this lick. You could do something simple, like if we just play on 5 and 7. This is part of your A minor pentatonic scale, which a lot of people know. If you don't, ask down in the comments. I'll link you to a video teaching that. What I'm going to do is 5 and 7 on my 3rd and 4th strings. And I'm just going to play 7 on my 3rd string, and then 5. And then I'm going to do 7 on my 4th string with my 3rd finger. And that's where I'm going to add the vibrato. And you could actually just play an A power chord here. And you can start adding this vibrato in to whatever licks you're playing. And it's going to make it sound so nice and so soulful. And it's, trust me, even if it doesn't sound great when you're starting, the more that you do this, the better you're going to get with your vibrato, the more control you're going to have over your vibrato, and it's going to make everything sound good. Now, couple things to watch out for. Don't just go wild with this, okay? We want to develop control so that you can play the vibrato at different speeds, at different rhythms, at different tempos with it, right? And we want it to sound nice and controlled. Some people just go crazy and they have like bumblebee vibrato that's not really controlled. It's just a craze. I'm just shaking the string. We don't want that. We want a nice, controlled, good sounding vibrato, not. Okay, so it's more than just shaking the string. We want to control the motion. Also, don't add vibrato to every single note. If you put ketchup all over a steak, it's going to ruin it. In fact, who eats ketchup with steak anyway? But the idea is you want to add vibrato in to make it tasteful and soulful. But if you're just playing nothing but vibrato, it's just going to lose its effectiveness because your ear is going to be like, oh, I've heard that already. So save it. And you can even delay it like that, where you hit a note and then you add it in after, right? Singers do that all the time, and that will help you make your guitar sing and sound awesome as well. So there you go. You just unlocked vibrato and made your guitar sing. How awesome is that? You're awesome. Now, if this was helpful for you, then I have another gift for you as well. If you go to simpleguitar.com/top10, there you can pick up my free guide, the top 10 things to learn on guitar first. You just put in your email and I will send that right over to you. And then you can use those 10 things in that guide to start getting a lot more bang for your buck. Whether you're just starting out, you're trying to level up your playing, the stuff in that guide is going to help you have more fun, make more real music, and do it right away. So go to simpleguitar.com/top10, pick up that guide, and then go check out this video if you want to actually practice with me doing vibrato. In here, we're going through training exercises with the timer and doing the vibrato training that I just talked about. So go check out that video to level up your vibrato next.